So first I spent over $100 to buy this knockoff Squid Game Lego set, and then I spent another 6 hours building it. Okay, this one is massive, and it is a replica of the staircase from the show, and it comes with 20 micro guards and a huge frontman minifigure, which is very articulative. The frontman also has his workplace where he can spy on all the contestants. But the best part of this set is that it has this handle that you can spin, and all the guards are climbing the stairs endlessly. Wow, how can they not be tired already? Let's see how the doll handles the stairs. Damn, her head is too huge to fit through the door. Anyways, I decided to test how fast they can spin, so I connected a drill to this axle and will spin it.
Wow, they're going to hyperdrive.
Okay, so in the final season 3 of the Squid Game, stairs were covered in bullet holes, so let's recreate it. And in order to do it, I've got this gun. Nothing happened to it. Let me just paint these holes. A bit here and a bit here. There, it's done. Who told you guys to stop? Keep going. It all works perfectly. In season 3 of Squid Game, we have a new character. The boy. Let's recreate it in Lego. And to make him, I'll challenge myself to use this Squid Game doll minifigure. Let's start by cutting off her skirt. Then, let's cut the hair short. Now let's give her a makeover. I'll do the shirt now. I'll paint it a greenish color and draw the light blue line, like in the show, on the torso. And the cherry on top is the little hat he's wearing. He looks so cursed, I can't believe it. Now I can finally simulate the challenge of jumping rope, but make it cursed. And I have built it already from Lego. Let's see if it works. Let's spin it here. It works. Looks so accurate, but not cursed if you ask me. So I'll add razor blades on the rope. And now it looks really dangerous. And before we simulate real minifigures, let's test it on this sausage. Alright, the sausage is secured. And when I press this button, it's gonna swing. That's gonna leave a mark. Let's do that for real now with contestant minifigures and swing the rope. Wow, this did nothing to them. Are they invincible? And next, let's simulate the hardest challenge of the whole Squid Game. And to simulate that, let's use this official cookies I bought. What is this? It's so small and not cursed enough. Let's throw them out and cook our own. Right, for the cookie, we're putting so much sugar in the frying pan. And let's not forget the secret ingredient. Let's mix it together. Look, sugar is melting. I think it's working. The cookie is about to be done. And now we need the shape. I think the regular ones are too basic, and what could be more cursed than brain rot? Let's see if it works by pressing it onto the cookie. It came out as Tralalero Tralala. Let's put the cookie on the table and order the minifigures to carve out the shape. They look like ants compared to Cookie. Whoops, and one of the contestants just took a bite. That's not how this game works. Guys, I think he's turning into a brain rot animal. Bang! He turned into cursed Tralalero Tralala. Next up, the contestants of the show. And the most cursed thing in the show is the organ harvesting scene. So let's recreate it in Lego. Let's use this chirurgical table and place the first contestant. I'll use a Dremel to drill into his head, since he no longer needs it. I'll open his scalp and take out the Play-Doh brain. Massive L's, chat. Finally, for this guy, we're drilling into his gut for the juicy Play-Doh intestine. I'll pull them out using twirlers. Whoa, it's pretty long. Let's put them all in these coffins and set them on fire. Bros got cooked, literally. For the guards, they look like their arms are weak, so let's put this guard in the gym and give him this wall to climb. And then let's give him monkey bars to climb over. Then let's give him these tire obstacles to get through. Now that's real Squid Game! The worst and most interesting characters in the show gotta be VIPs. Look at their golden masks. Let's make him cursed. For that, I'll take this VIP and I'll make him poor. Now he looks like a homeless dude. Since he has no money, he can only bet on rat races. So let's build him an arena. I'll use these parts here and there. Let's put some rats in and here we go. He can lose his last dollar on the rat race. The most scary challenge in the show is red light, green light, and today I will make it cursed. For that, I have 100 Squid Game doll minifigures here on the table. I'll take this one and make her cursed. I'll remove her face with a Dremel. Then I'll drill into her mouth and use a touch of black paint and a touch of red paint to simulate blood. For a final touch, I have this UV paint, so let's dip the brush in it and do the eyes now. Let's see if it works under this black light flashlight. I'll turn off the lights now. All right, let's turn on the black light. It works. He looks straight from a nightmare. Now let's simulate the cursed red light, green light challenge. Here's the 3 contestants we have today, and they are ready. Green light, red light. Oh no, they all got caught. And instead of guards shooting the contestants, Squid Game doll has evil slave dolls. And now she orders them to kill the contestants. First doll blasts her laser power, slicing through minifigure like butter. And I have this small petard bomb. Let's give it to the second doll and test if it works. Nothing happened, so let's give her more firepower. That's the stuff. He looks like he's been struck by the lightning. And to punish this third contestant, I grabbed the nail polish and made the acid bath. Now the Squid Game doll can push him into the bath. Look, the paint is coming off already. Okay, at this point, it feels more like Mr. Beast challenge than a Squid Game show. So now I will give a makeover to my normal Sprunkies by turning them into grown-up versions. And then I will go to phase 2 to make them cursed. Whoa, we've got Wenda all grown up and looking awesome. She's rocking a new look, way more mature. Gotta say, from the smirk on her face, she kinda looks like she's got a plan cooking. To make her, I'm gonna turn on my night goggles. Aha, there's a ghost right there. Let's catch it. I will use this ghost minifigure and turn it into Wenda. Let's see what's underneath. It's plain white. Oh well. But that means we have a clean slate. I'm taking it apart and gonna use acrylic to do the legs first. In the game, she has black shorts. Let's paint carefully. I'll do my best, not overdo it. Alright, I think we did it. Now, I'm realizing she has a tail. I know the right guy for the job.
Hello.
Tails, I'll take him apart and cut the second tail with these wire cutters. This job needs precision. Then I'll paint it white. Let's move on to the torso. In the game, she has this awesome sweater. Let's recreate it with some paint as well. Alright, easy does it. Looks like it's coming together. Next and final piece is her head. I'll place these large eyes on this minifigure's huge head, and then I'll draw a little smile. We'll use this piece of Play-Doh for her large ears. Nice. Now, to add the whole thing together, I'll add the tail piece to the leg piece, and then that piece to the torso piece. And then finally, to top it off, I'll add the head. It doesn't freaking fit. Look how it turned out. Grown-up Wenda in the flesh. Alright, let's find out what she's up to. Let's flip the card. And here's what we know about her. Wenda's still in debt from student loans. Oof. Rough, but she's got a plan to get rich. Okay, definitely not suspicious. And she likes ice cream. You know what? I respect that. Now, the moment you were waiting for. Now, let's see how she looks like cursed. This is Wenda after she got totally oofed. Guess that get rich plan didn't go as expected. Let's see what happened to her. Time to bring this to Lego. We need a few creepy details. Let's start from color. Because she looks unhinged, I'm gonna use this lighter to smoke her to give that dark vibe. And then I'm gonna need her wide, creepy smile. For that, I'll use this piece and draw the teeth on with a marker. Now, let's dash a bunch of blood on her. For that, I grabbed this paintbrush and heavily dipped into red paint, and I'm gonna flick it on the body. Whoa, she looks like a murder scene. Now, let's open up her card and see what she's been up to. Oh no, I'm too afraid to look. Wenda's plan to get rich was to steal money from Squid Game. What a crazy idea, Wenda. But she got caught in the action by the Squid Game doll and she resorted to violence. Yikes. Squid Game doll didn't make it, but the whole thing made Wenda go a bit nuts. At least she still likes ice cream. Next, we've got Gray all grown up. He looks cool, and listen to that noise he's making. Okay, that's actually kinda sick. He's got major cool kid energy. Let's make him out of Lego minifigures. What does this dead guy and Mickey Mouse have in common with Gray? Nothing. Let's create Gray. I'm gonna take this dead guy and remove what we don't need. I'll keep his hands and his legs. For his head, I'm gonna use this Mickey Mouse and remove his head. Now, I'm gonna paint the whole head gray, including the ears. Let's do the eyes now, one by one. Let's not forget the smile. For his torso, I'll use this black body I had lying around. Now, let's put the whole thing together. Oh wow, what an awesome look. Now, let's see what his card has to say. This is interesting. He has a dream of taking Wenda on a date. That's just cute. He hates ketchup for some reason. I need answers, Gray. Now let's see what happens when gets oofed. He looks so terrified, as if he witnessed something disturbing. What could that be? Since he doesn't change much overall, I'm gonna fix his eyes. I'll switch around the eyes. Oof. Now let's draw the long mouth. He looks scared. Let's do a bit of blood coming out of him. Not too much. A simple touch of paint will do. Let's see what actually happened to him. This is bad. Gray actually took Wenda on a date to FNAF. Bro, why? It did not end well. Freddy Fazbear straight up mauled him. Luckily, he barely escaped. Let's move on. This is getting serious already. And here is Pinky. Oh man, she looks adorable, like the super nice girl in your class who always reminds the teacher about homework. You just know she's got straight A's. To make her out of Lego, we're gonna combine this little princess and this bunny. Wait till you see what happens. I'm gonna put the legs on, and now we're missing ears. That's what this bunny is here for. I'll take this tiny saw blade and unattach his ears. Let's do the left one now. We're getting there. Whoa, I think we got it. Let's do the right one now. This one's a little trickier. Nice. Now I'll place the base minifigure and glue those ears in, like so. And let's do some painting. It's a lot more difficult to match the color than it looks like. It came out nice. I'll do the eyes now with acrylic paint, and let's do the little mouth to give her character. Almost forgot the cute bow tie. Let's take a look at her card now. Interesting. She's got a night shift job at a restaurant. Sounds kind of sketchy. Also, she's got a massive crush on Gray. Okay, but now let's see what happens when she goes cursed. Oh no, that is horrifying. She's completely messed up, missing an arm and half of her face. Pinky, what happened to you? I guess we will find out. To make her cursed, I'll use this tiny saw. I'll carefully sculpt her face with this saw blade. She has half her face gone, so let's do that now. This is very hard to do, so don't try this at home. All right. Looks like half of her face is messed up. Now let's cut off her arm completely and then wound another arm. She definitely looks like something from a horror game. I'll add some paint to show blood. Gross. Did she got into an accident or something? Now we've completed it. Looks horrible. She's sad and messed up. I'm not sure I want to know what happened to her, but let's see it anyway. Oh, wow. Turns out she worked at the FNAF restaurant, and she actually tried to mess up Gray on their date with Wenda. But plot twist, she horribly failed, and in defense, Gray accidentally oofed her. She's definitely not the good girl we thought she was. Next up is Mr. Fun Computer, and honestly, he hasn't changed a bit in my opinion. Still looks like a total nerd, but now with a slightly bigger brain. The guy definitely upgraded his internals for this one. Now, it's impossible to make a desktop from a regular minifigure, so I'm going brick built for this one. I know it's technically cheating, but stay with me. Just stacking up these parts, shaping the monitor, and honestly, he turned out awesome in my opinion. Let's see what he's up to now. Alright, he's dating Venaria. Didn't see that one coming. Says here he's actually pretty chill in person. Nice. Time to see the cursed version. Okay, he looks like he's summoning Cthulhu or something from those symbols on his screen. And his computer case looks ruined. Seriously, who got to him? To find him, let's transform him into a cursed version. Now, by using this saw blade, I'm gonna saw off a bunch of parts from him. It's gonna take a while. Anyway, we're done with the case. Why stop here? Let's do his monitor next. I'll make a couple indentations here and there. Let's cut the table in half. And now I'm gonna put everything together. What do you think, guys? Did we go overboard? Nah. Let's see his card now. Venaria oofed him after going haywire. So it was her? I thought they were in a relationship. Oh no. He refused to show her his secret folder. Alright, that kind of makes sense now. I wonder what's in that folder. Venaria got a massive glow up. Look at that coat. She's rocking cool vibes now. Let's recreate her in Lego. I'm starting with a bunch of Lego pieces that look normal, but actually isn't. I'll shake them to reveal the mini figure. Here we go. You can see already what I'm going for. This mini figure has the colors we are looking for and this big head that is made out of velvet. Now, for the hair. I'm doing it with green Play-Doh since she has her hair as vines. I'm shaping those vines right now with these Twizzlers. Now I'll do the left eye and then the right eye. She looks so real. Oh, I forgot her fur collar. I'll do that by using a piece of string and wrap it around her neck. That's it. We've got Venaria locked and loaded. Let's check her card. Is in a happy relationship with Mr. Fun Computer. Cute. Short-tempered? Okay, I couldn't tell by the looks of it. Now let's see what she looks like when cursed. Oh, that's disturbing. Her eyes are out. She looks like she belongs in a haunted greenhouse. Needs a little gardening, doesn't even begin to cover this. Let's build her. Just gonna temporarily remove what I added, like the hair and stuff. And for her tentacle eyes, I'll use these human eye pieces. Let's add one and then another. Let's change the color of her hair real quick to this pumpkin color shade. Whoa, this is cursed on so many levels. Alright, let's see her card now. She found pictures of Pinky on Mr. Fun Computer's hard drive and went full haywire. Well, that explains a lot. I knew Mr. Fun Computer is not so fun. Okay? Orange just leveled up. That red jacket, and look at that smug face. He knows he's the main character. Let's recreate him in Lego. To craft him, I'll kit bash these figures to make something that resembles him. I'll take this mini figure, take his torso, and slap it on these red pants. Next, I'll slap on this rescue vest since we want to simulate his puff jacket. I'll also add this backpack just because I can. Then I'll add his orange head. And now, we're gonna give him black gloves because they look cool. I'll quickly add the paint job so that the life jacket would turn into his puff jacket. Let's move on to the eyes. I'll continue to use regular paint for that, and a little mouth to finish it up. Wait, we're missing his iconic antennas. Let's do them by using sticky gum. I'll do right one first and then the left one, and gonna add the zipper for a final touch. It came out a lot better than I thought it would. Let's take a look at his card now. Wants to be a drummer. Okay, fits his style. Is obsessed with Poppy's playtime. Uh-oh, is that foreshadowing? Let's find out by making him cursed. Oh, whoa, this is intense. We can see his heart beating, the entire rib cage open. Let's do this. For that, I'll use a Dremel for scooping out his inside. Let's take our time doing that. Do you want to know what's inside the minifigure? I'm scooping the front piece of his chest to reveal what's inside. It's hollow. Next, I had an idea to upgrade his antennas, so I'm drilling straight into his head. Let's fill it with some Play-Doh parts. I'll add his guts and then use Twizzlers to shape them together. Then let's do the heart and a touch of red paint to simulate the blood. For a finished touch, I'll draw the horrific mouth. Alright, this guy looks awesome. Which version do you prefer? Leave a comment below. And now, let's see what happened to him. I can see he met Huggy Wuggy and didn't survive to tell the tale. Well, that explains the injuries. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see a lot more crazy builds like this. Bye bye.